Hello everyone. Welcome to the class of Complex Analysis, Probability and Statistical Methods 18 MAT 41. Today I'll be discussing a topic in Module 3, Probability Distributions, and the topic that I'm going to discuss is about continuous probability distributions. Myself, Dr. Madhura, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. First, let us know the definition of continuous probability distributions. A random variable which takes non-countable infinite number of values is called a continuous random variable. Any random variable x which takes non-countable infinite number of values is said to be continuous random variable. And if a variate x which take any value in the interval, it gives rise to continuous probability distribution. So if the variate x is such a variate which belongs to continuous random variable and it takes any particular value in the interval, then it will give rise to continuous probability distribution. Now we will know about continuous probability function or probability density function, PDF. If for every x belonging to the range of a continuous random variable capital X, we assign a real number f of x satisfying the two conditions. F of x is positive, greater than or equal to 0, and integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1, then such function f of x is said to be probability density function. The definition is similar to our discrete probability distribution. There, instead of the integral, we used summation. And the conditions in discrete was p of x is greater than or equal to 0 and summation p of x should be equal to 1. So definition is similar to the discrete probability distribution. Here continuous stands for integral. So for every x belonging to the range of a continuous random variable capital X, suppose we assign this real number f of x which satisfies these two conditions, f of x being positive and integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1, then f of x is said to be continuous probability function or probability density function, PDF. Suppose a comma b is a subinterval of the range space of x, then the probability that x lies in this range a comma b can be symbolically represented as probability of x lying between a to b, and integral limits will be from a to b f of x dx. So in the overall range, that is between minus infinity to infinity, if we choose a particular subinterval, say it is a comma b, then the probability that x lies in this interval is usually denoted by probability of x lying between a to b, and the integral limits will take from a to b. F of x will be integrated, so f of x dx between a to b. Now let us know the definition for cumulative distribution function, CDF. If x is a continuous random variable with probability density function denoted by f of x, then the function capital F of x defined by capital F of x is equal to probability of capital X less than or equal to small x, where the integral limits will be from minus infinity to x f of x dx, is known as CDF of x, cumulative distribution function of the random variable x. So here the integral limits will be from maximum up to x. The overall interval for a PDF is minus infinity to infinity. Here we will be restricting our interval as upper bound will be till x only. That is the reason we symbolically represent this as probability of the random variable less than or equal to the variate x. So capital F of x denotes the cumulative distribution function for the PDF f of x. So integral minus infinity to x f of x dx. This gives us the CDF of the random variable capital X. Also, the differentiation of capital F of x will give us small f of x. Means differentiation of cumulative distribution function gives us probability density function f of x. Now, the mean or the expectation denoted by E of x or mean mu is given by integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. Again, the definition is similar to discrete probability distribution. There we had learnt mean mu is equal to summation x into p of x. Here mean mu is denoted by integral limits minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. It is also known as the expectation denoted by E of x. Now the variance V is given by integral minus infinity to infinity x minus mu the whole square into f of x dx, or equivalently we can use the alternate formula minus infinity to infinity x square into f of x dx minus mu square. So variance V also can be obtained with the formula minus infinity to infinity x square f of x dx minus mu square once mu is known to us. Hence, standard deviation will be square root of the variance, square root of V. So these are some of the theory things what we had to know in the continuous probability distributions. Now we can move on to problems. Now we will see problems on continuous probability distributions. First question. Find the constant K. Find the constant K such that f of x is equal to, it's a discontinuous function, kx square in the range 0 less than x less than 3, 0 otherwise, is a PDF probability density function. Also compute the following. First one, probability of x lying between 1 to 2. X is greater than 1, less than 2. And second one, probability of x less than or equal to 1. Third one, probability of x greater than 1. Fourth one, mean. And fifth one, variance. The problems on continuous probability distributions are similar to discrete probability distributions, just that instead of summing up, we are going to take integral, and limits will be applied based on the function that we are considering and its limits respectively from the question. So, in order to say, it is given that given function f of x is a PDF. So, in order to find out the constant k, we assume the two conditions of the PDF to be true. The first of the condition f of x is greater than or equal to 0. This satisfies if k is greater than or equal to 0. And the second condition, assuming that integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1, we will be able to find the value of k. So problem is similar to the problems of k which we did in the discrete probability distributions. Anyway, let us see the solution now. F of x is greater than or equal to 0 if k is greater than or equal to 0. So the first of the condition of a probability density function satisfies if k is positive, greater than or equal to 0. Now we must have the second condition, that is integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. Now considering this, let us find the value of k. So f of x is defined in the range 0 to 3, and f of x value is kx square in the range 0 to 3. In all other range, the value of f of x is 0. So the overall interval of f of x is minus infinity to infinity. Whereas in that between 0 to 3, the f of x function is defined as kx square, and the rest of the range, that is minus infinity to 0 and 3 to infinity. 3 to infinity. F of x range is 0. Value is 0. So we will be writing down the limits as integral minus infinity to 0 f of x dx plus integral 0 to 3 f of x dx plus integral 3 to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. The overall interval minus infinity to infinity is now split into minus infinity to 0, 0 to 3, 3 to infinity. So that we can say between minus infinity to 0, f of x value is equal to 0 from the given data. So this vanishes to 0. Then between 3 to infinity also f of x value is equal to 0. Only between the range 0 to 3 f of x value is equal to kx square. So that we can substitute in the next step. So we have integral 0 to 3 kx square, f of x value is kx square dx is equal to 3. Now k is a constant, I can write outside integration. Integration of x square is x cube divided by 3 between the limits 0 to 3, and that gives us equal to 1. So integral limits we are going to apply now. So k by 3, upper limit is 3 cube minus lower limit is 0 cube, which is 0. So this gives us k divided by 3 into 3 cube is 27 is equal to 1. Or cross multiplying, we have k value equal to 1 by 9. So 3 ones are 3 nines are, take 9 to the right hand side, so it becomes 1 by 9. So we have seen that k value is positive. It's a value greater than or equal to 0. So this was first part of the problem to find the value of k. Find the constant k such that this condition f of x of whatever the discontinuous function is given is a probability density function, PDF. Now we will start finding the remaining things. Probability of x lying between 1 to 2, probability of x less than or equal to 1, probability of x greater than 1, mean and the variance. All that we can find one by one. So the first one, and before I do that, I'll just rewrite the expression for f of x with this value of k. Okay, so therefore f of x is equal to kx square. So which is x square divided by 9 in the range 0 less than x less than or equal less than 3, 0 otherwise. 0 otherwise. I just rewrote the value of given f of x with k equal to 1 by 9. K is 1 by 9, so we get x square divided by 9. Now I can find out the remaining things. First part of the problem is to find probability of x lying between 1 to 2. 1 less than x less than 2. So this is integration over 1 to 2 f of x dx. And we have rewritten f of x now. It is integral 1 to 2 x square divided by 9 dx. Now let us integrate x square between the limits 1 to 2. So this will be x cube divided by 3 between the limits 1 to 2, and I have 1 divided by 27, upper limit 2 cube minus lower limit 1 cube, and that gives us 8 minus 1, so 7 divided by 27, 7 by 27. And that's the first part of the problem where int x is lying between 1 to 2. So since x is lying between 1 to 2, when we want to find the probability of x lying between 1 to 2, the integral limits itself becomes 1 to 2. And f of x function just now we have rewritten with the value of k we have rewritten now. So between 1 to 2, it is in the range. F of x is within the range 0 to 3. I mean to say within 0 to 3 itself we have the range 1 to 2. So that is why I've written 1 to 2. F of x is x squared by 9 dx. Integration and applying the limits, we obtain the answer as 7 by 27. Now, the second part of the problem is to find probability of x less than or equal to 1. X less than or equal to 1. So this will be integral 0 to 1 f of x dx. So let me tell you how this will be limits between 0 to 1 only. Observe that we have f of x defined between 0 to 3 only. So between 0 to 3 f of x is defined. So we have x less than or equal to 1 means starting from the lower limit 0 itself, because below 0 in the negative axis, it is negative range, it is not defined, it is equal to 0. F of x value is equal to 0 in the negative interval. So that is the reason we start with 0 and the upper bound is 1 only. It should be less than or equal to 1. So 0 to 1 f of x dx. So this will be integral 0 to 1 f of x is x square divided by 9 dx. Let us apply, integrate and then apply the limits. So 1 by 9 into x cube divided by 3 between the limits 0 to 1. So we have 1 divided by 27, upper limit is 1 cube, lower limit is 0. So the answer in this case is 1 by 27. We can retain the answers in fraction itself. Now we will do with the third part of the problem. It is to find probability of x greater than 1. So probability of x greater than 1 can be written as 1 minus probability of x less than or equal to 1. No, we have learned this already. We are just trying to write down the negation of the expression. So x greater than 1 means it is subtracted from 1 minus of probability of x less than or equal to 1. So greater than, the opposite of this is less than or equal to 1. Why did we write down in this manner is, just now we have obtained x less than or equal to 1. Probability of x less than or equal to 1 is 1 by 27. So instead of doing integration directly, we can substitute. It is 1 minus 1 by 27. Taking LCM, this is 26 by 27. 27 minus 1, 26 by 27. This is one way of doing. Obviously, if at all you want to integrate directly and perform, your integral limits will be between 1 to 3. So probability of x greater than 1 means integral limits between 1 to 3. Upper bound is 3 because within the range only I have f of x function defined as a non-zero value. In all other range, f of x value is a 0 value. That is the reason we can just say it is between 1 to 3. So we can apply the limits and try out. You will get the same answer, 26 by 27. Now the fourth part of the problem is to find mean. So mean mu is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. This is our formula for mu. Now here the range is between 0 to 3, x into f of x is x square divided by 9. This x I retained as it is. F of x in the range 0 to 3 is x square divided by 9. Again 1 by 9 is a constant. I have integration of x cube to perform. Integration of x cube is x power 4 divided by 4 between the range 0 to 3. 1 by 36 is a constant outside. So we have 3 power 4 minus 0. 3 power 4 is 81. So this is 81 by 36, or to the simplest fraction, the answer for mu can be written as 9 by 4. 9 by 4. Now the last part of the problem is to find variance. Last part of the problem is to find variance. So variance V is equal to formula integral minus infinity to infinity x square, integral minus infinity to infinity x square into f of x dx. minus mu square. Integration you have to perform for x square f of x and then subtract mu square from this. So let us substitute and work out for variance. So variance v is equal to integral. Here the range is between 0 to 3. In all other range the value of f of x is 0. So x square into f of x is x square divided by 9 dx minus mu square. So 9 by 4 the whole square. So let me just explain how the substitution step is. F of x is throughout this problem range is only between 0 to 3. It is defined as x square by 9. In all other range the f of x value is 0. So we have to keep this in mind throughout the problem. So while finding variance also the range will be between 0 to 3 and f of x is x square by 9. In the formula we have this x square. I have written that x square as it is and minus mu square. Mu is 9 by 4. So it will be minus 9 by 4 the whole square. So let us integrate and apply the limits for this. 1 by 9 is a constant. Integration of x power 4 we have. So integration of x power 4 is x power 5 divided by 5. And this is between the limits 0 to 3 minus 81 divided by 16. 9 square is 81 divided by 4 square is 16. So I have 1 by 45 outside, upper limit 3 power 5 minus lower limit is 0 minus 81 divided by 16. So this gives me 3 power 5 is 243. So 243 divided by 45 minus 81 by 16. We can use a calculator and simplify the answer. This leads to the simplest fraction 27 by 80. 27 divided by 8. Right. So this is how a simple problem to find out k and the remaining probabilities as well as mean and variance can be worked out in continuous probability distribution. We'll see the second problem now. Is the function defined as below, comma, a density function. The given function is f of x is equal to e power minus x in the range x greater than or equal to 0. It is 0 in the range x less than 0. If so, means if it is a probability density function, determine the probability that the variate having this density this density will fall in the interval 1, 2. So firstly we have to check whether the given function f of x is a probability density function. Means it has to satisfy the two basic conditions of probability density function. One is f of x is positive greater than or equal to 0 and the other one is integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx must be equal to 1. If these two conditions satisfy, we can say that given function f of x is a density function, probability density function. If it is a probability density function, then we have to find the probability that the variate having this density will fall in the interval 1, 2. Means you have to find probability of x lying between 1 to 2. If it is a probability density function, we need to find this. So let us see the solution. So very firstly, it has to satisfy the two conditions to say it is a probability density function, no? So let us observe. Just by oral observation itself, we can write down that f of x is positive, greater than or equal to 0. Just check x should be greater than or equal to 0. So in this range f of x, when I substitute x is equal to 0, this will be e power 0, which is 1, a positive value. Similarly, when I substitute x is equal to 1, greater than or equal to 0, we are substituting. You can check the calculator. Using calculator, you can check e power minus 1 will be a positive value. Similarly, when x is 2, e power minus 2 will also be a positive value. Like that until infinite value. So e power minus x will be a positive value for every value of x which is greater than or equal to 0. So that is why directly the first of the condition can be concluded easily. Now the second condition is we must have the condition to be proved integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx. This should be equal to 1. So let us verify that. Consider integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx. Integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of x dx. So we observe that x is defined only in the x is taking a particular function non-zero value only in the positive interval, means 0 to infinity. In the negative interval minus infinity to 0, f of x value is equal to 0. So I have to split my integral as integral minus infinity to 0 f of x dx plus integral 0 to infinity f of x dx. I have not yet substituted the values. I will substitute that in the next step. But first let us check minus infinity to 0 f of x value is equal to 0 from the given data. So this I can just put an arrow across and say this is equal to 0. Now I will substitute f of x function as e power minus x in the range 0 to infinity. So in the range 0 to infinity, f of x value is equal to e power minus x will be substituted. So therefore, integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is now equal to integral 0 to infinity f of x is e power minus x dx. Now let us integrate this. Integration of e power minus x is e power minus x divided by minus 1 between the range 0 to infinity. So I have a minus 1 outside, upper limit e power minus infinity, lower limit e power 0. E power minus infinity is equal to 0, e power 0 is 1. So minus 1 multiplied by 0 minus 1. So this gives us plus 1. So what did we prove is the second condition, minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. So thus we have proved both the conditions getting satisfied for a PDF, that is probability density function. So we can conclude that the given function f of x is a density function. So thus f of x is greater than or equal to 0, the first condition, and the second of the condition, integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. Both these we have proved. This implies f of x is a probability density function. This was the first part of the problem. Now, the second part of the problem is to determine what was the question. The question said that if it is a probability function, if it is a probability density function, then we have to determine the probability that variate means x. Variate is denoted by x. So variate having this density will fall in the interval 1 comma 2. So probability of x lying between 1 comma 2 we have to find out. So next we can write down to find the probability the probability that the variate having this density will fall in the interval 1 comma 2 is to compute probability of x lying between 1 to 2. P of, symbolically how can we write it down? P of x lying between 1 to 2 is to compute probability of x lying between 1 to 2. So let us evaluate this or find it out. So this is given by integral 1 to 2. Here itself we can see the limits for x. So integral 1 to 2 f of x dx. So this is equal to integral 1 to 2 f of x is nothing but e power minus x dx. So integration of e power minus x is e power minus x divided by minus 1 between the range 1 to 2. So I have minus sign keeping constant outside, e power minus 2 minus e power minus 1, upper limit minus lower limit. So we can just use a calculator and evaluate this. This leads us the answer to 0.2325. 0.2325. So this is to find probability of having the density function or variate lying between 1 comma 2. So this was the second problem for us in continuous probability distributions. Third problem. A continuous random variable x has probability density function given by f of x is equal to, it's a discontinuous function, 2 e power minus 2x for x greater than 0, 0 otherwise. Find the expected value of x. Find the expected value of x and also find e of x square, variance and standard deviation. E of x square. So expected value of x. Expected value of x is same as saying, yes, mean of x. Expected value is same as saying mean of x. Mean value. Okay. So we are asked to find out mean, variance, standard deviation. Along with that, we are also asked to find out e of x square. So whatever the formula we have for e of x, in the same formula, keeping that in mind, we can frame a formula for e of x square, expectation of x square, we can say. So anyway, while doing that part, I will explain it to you. Now we will start with the first one, expected value of first. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 parts of the question. I'll just subdivide it. So first one is expected value of x. Expected value of x is e of x, which is same as writing mu. And the formula for the same is given by integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. This is the formula for expectation of x or mean mu. Both are one and the same. So e of x is equal to integral Integral limits has to be split into positive interval as well as negative interval. In the positive interval, f of x value is 2 e power minus 2x. In the negative interval, the value of f of x is 0. So this varies from minus infinity to 0, f of x dx. It should be x into f of x dx, x into f of x dx, plus integral 0 to infinity x into f of x dx. So as mentioned, in the negative interval, the value of f of x is 0. So since f of x is 0, the product x into f of x also will vanish. So we just have in the positive interval, f of x is defined as 2 e power minus x. So we will substitute the same thing and proceed. Integral 0 to infinity x into 2 e power minus 2x dx. 2 e power minus 2x dx in the positive interval 0 to infinity. Now let us do integration by Bernoulli's rule. So this is 2 into integral 0 to infinity x into e power minus 2x dx. We are performing integration by Bernoulli's rule of integration by parts. So it says first function x as it is, integral of the second e power minus 2x. Integration of e power minus 2x is e power minus 2x divided by minus 2. Minus according to Bernoulli rule, differentiation of x is 1. Integration of e power minus 2x once again is e power minus 2x divided by minus 2. Already there was a minus 2 in the denominator. So minus 2 into minus 2 becomes plus 4. So this is between the limits 0 to infinity. So let me just explain that once again, Bernoulli's rule of integration by parts to you. According to ILATE, we decide which has to be the first function and which has to be the second function. So according to ILATE, exponential always comes last. So second function, and this x becomes the first function, UV, like that also you can call. Integration by Bernoulli's rule is one and the same as saying integration by parts in a easier manner. So first we will write down the first function x as it is. Then integration of e power minus 2x is e power minus 2x divided by minus 2. Minus according to Bernoulli rule. Then differentiation of the first function. Differentiation of x is 1 into, once again we have to integrate e power minus 2x. So e power minus 2x divided by minus 2. Already there was a minus 2 in the denominator. So minus 2 into minus 2 becomes plus 4, which I wrote it directly for you. Now let us apply the limits, integration limits. And before applying limits, I can take out the constants by term and then apply. So 2 into, I have minus 1 by 2 constant x e power minus 2x between the limits 0 to infinity, minus 1 by 4 constant outside e power minus 2x between the limits 0 to infinity. So now I can apply term by term. 2 into. Observe when x is infinite, this is e power minus infinity. E power minus infinity goes to 0. E power minus infinity goes to 0. So upper limit is 0. And when x is 0, lower limit is also 0. Lower limit is also 0. So both upper limit and the lower limit goes to 0. Minus 1 by 4. Again, e power minus infinity is 0 minus lower limit. When x is 0, e power 0 is 1. So we have 2 into minus of minus plus 1 by 4. So 2 into 1 by 4 gives us the answer as 1 by 2. And that's the expectation of x for us. First part of the problem, expectation of x. Now we will move on to the second one. We need to find out expectation of x square. So e of x square can also be written in the same manner, formula e of x square. We have integration minus infinity to infinity x square into f of x dx. We wrote this formula based on the expectation of x formula. The expectation of x was x into f of x dx. Correct? We have it here in the previous page. So integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x dx. So in the same manner, keeping that, we can write down instead of x we have x square here. So this will be x square into f of x dx. And here also in the negative interval, the value of f of x is 0. This I can just split it as integral minus infinity to 0 x square f of x dx plus integral 0 to infinity x square f of x dx. In this negative interval, the value of f of x is 0. So we just have to evaluate the positive interval. Integral 0 to infinity x square into 2 e power minus x dx. Because that is how the function f of x is defined for us. In the positive interval, f of x is 2 e power minus 2x. In the negative interval, otherwise, in all other range, f of x is 0. Hence the reason we just took this as 0 and considered only the positive interval. Positive interval f of x value is 2 e power minus x. 2 e power minus 2x actually. Yeah. 2 e power minus 2x. Right. Let us integrate again by Bernoulli's rule, writing down two constant outside. First function x square as it is, integration of e power minus 2x is e power minus 2x divided by minus 2. Minus according to Bernoulli rule, differentiation of x square is 2x. Integration of e power minus 2x is e power minus 2x divided by minus 2 into minus 2, which is 4. Alternate positive negative according to Bernoulli rule. So next will be a plus symbol. Differentiation of 2x is 2. Integration of e power minus 2x is e power minus 2x divided by 4 into minus 2, which is minus 8. Since the next differentiation goes to 0, we stop the Bernoulli's rule of integration by parts here and apply the limits 0 to infinity. We will recall about this once again. First term as it is, integration of the second minus differentiation of the first every time and keep on integrating the second term. So differentiation of x square is 2x. Once again, when you integrate e power minus 2x, it is e power minus 2x divided by minus 2. Already there was a minus 2, so minus 2 into minus 2 becomes 4 plus 4. According to Bernoulli, the next symbol has to be plus. Differentiation of 2x is 2. Integration of e power minus 2x is e power minus 2x divided by minus 2. So 4 2s is 8. There's a minus sign in the different integration part. That is why minus 8. Now let us observe both upper limit and the lower limit vanishes for the first two terms. We can straight away strike it off and make it 0. It's because when upper limit, when x is infinite, e power minus infinity is 0. When x is 0, x square is 0. Similarly, it is happening for the second term. When x is infinity, e power minus infinity is 0. So upper limit is 0. When x is 0, the lower limit is also 0. And hence, straight away we can strike off these. Since both upper and lower are 0, we can write down like this and make it 0 directly. I just have to integrate for the third term. So first I will write down the constants. 2 into minus 1 by 8. This 2, outside there is a 2, minus 1 by 8. I have to use e power minus 2x for upper limit minus lower limit. So 4 divided by 8 is 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2. Upper limit e power minus infinity is 0. Lower limit e power 0 is 1. So again the answer here is 1 by 2. So expectation of x square also we obtained as 1 by 2. Now the next part of the problem is to find variance and the standard deviation. So third one, variance is given by variance v is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x square f of x dx minus mu square. So this is a formula for variance. Observe that just now we obtained e of x square. E of x square formula is integral minus infinity to infinity x square f of x dx. So that is what we obtained, no? X square f of x dx, whose value just now we obtained as 1 by 2. So we can directly substitute this answer of the integral as 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 the whole square. Mu value. Mu is nothing but expectation of x. E of x is nothing but mu. Mu also we had obtained as 1 by 2. So it is 1 by 2 the whole square. So we have 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4, which gives us 1 by 2. I'm sorry, this is 1 by 4 for us. Half minus the quaternion, so 1 by 4 for us. So if variance V is equal to 1 by 4, the last part of the problem is to find standard deviation. So standard deviation sigma is equal to square root of V. So square root of 1 by 4 gives us 1 by 2. So that's the solution for the third one, where we had asked to find the expectation of x square, variance, and hence the standard deviation. Hence the solution. Now we'll take up the fourth question. A continuous random variable has the distribution function distribution function means cumulative distribution function denoted by capital F of x. We recall it from the theory. It is given as discontinuous function 0 in the interval x less than or equal to 1. It is c into x minus 1 whole power 4 in the interval 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. And it is 1 in the interval x greater than 3. The question is to find the value of c and the PDF and the probability density function denoted by small letter f of x. So given capital F of x for us, capital F of x stands for cumulative distributive function. So cumulative distributive function is given, distribution function is given for us. Keeping this, we have to find out small f of x. So let us recall it from the theory that the probability density function, we know that the probability density function PDF is given by f of x, and that is given by d by dx of capital F of x. I repeat once again, capital F of x stands for cumulative distribution function, and small f of x is defined as differentiation of capital F of x, means differentiation of the cumulative distribution function. The cumulative distribution function is given for us, which is denoted by capital F of x. So keeping this, we are now trying to find out the PDF f of x. So let us differentiate and write down f of x is given by differentiation of capital F of x. So differentiation of 0 will be 0 itself. This is in the range x less than or equal to 1. And we have differentiation of x minus 1 whole power 4 is 4 into differentiation of x minus 1 whole power 4 we are doing, keeping c constant as it is. 4 into x minus 1 the whole cube into chain rule gives us 1. And this is between the range 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. And differentiation of a constant 1 differentiation is 0. This is in the range x greater than 3. So we are trying to find out the probability density function f of x, which is differentiation of the cumulative distribution function capital F of x. So we are differentiating capital F of x in each of the range. So x minus 1 whole power 4 differentiation is 4 into x minus 1 whole cube, keeping constant c as it is. Differentiation of a constant 1 is 0. So that is how we have got this f of x. Now, it is clearly observed that the first condition of a PDF gets satisfied if f of x, if c is greater than or equal to 0. So if c is a positive value, then obviously f of x will be a positive value greater than or equal to 0. And we consider the second condition to get satisfied to find out the value of c. To find the value of c, we consider the second condition of a PDF. So we now write down about it. Thus, f of x is greater than or equal to 0 for c greater than or equal to 0. Yet we have to find the value of c. Now, the second condition says that we must have integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx should be equal to 1. So let us check what is happening to this condition. So this gives us integral 1 to 3. Only in this range we have f of x existing. In all other range f of x is 0, no? So that is why we are writing only this range 4 into c into x minus 1 the whole cube dx. So minus infinity to infinity can be split into minus infinity to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to infinity. Observe minus infinity to 1 f of x is 0, 3 to infinity also f of x is 0. So we have only the range between 1 to 3. In this range, f of x value is 4c into x minus 1 whole cube. The same thing I have written between the range 1 to 3. Now let us integrate and apply the limits here. So 4c is a constant. Integration of x minus 1 whole cube is x minus 1 whole power 4 divided by 4. And I have to apply the limits as 1 to 3. And this should be equal to 1. So let us cancel 4 and apply the limits for x between 1 to 3. So c into upper limit when x is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. So we have 2 power 4 minus when x is 1, this is 1 minus 1, 0. So we have 16c is equal to 1 or c value is equal to 1 divided by 16. C value is 1 divided by 16. So the next part of the problem was to find the value of C, right? Of course, PDF. In the PDF, we have to substitute the value of C and rewrite the expression because given the cumulative distribution function, we were finding the value of C and PDF. So this is the expression for PDF, small f of x. We will substitute C and rewrite the expression for f of x now. So thus, f of x, thus the PDF probability density function f of x is given by 0 in the range x less than or equal to 1. It was 4 into c. C is 1 by 16 now into x minus 1 whole power 3 in the range 1 to 3 and is 0 in the range x greater than 3. So for 1s are, for 4s are, I can rewrite f of x in simple as x minus 1 whole cube divided by 4 in the range 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3, 0 otherwise. So otherwise means other than the range 1 to 3, in all other range, it is 0. F of x value is 0. That is what it says, no? X less than or equal to 1, x greater than 3. In all other range, f of x value is 0. Same thing we have consolidated and written like this. In the range 1 to 3, f of x value is 1 by 4 into x minus 1 whole cube. Same thing I have written. So this is how we find out the value of C and hence the PDF probability density function f of x given the cumulative distribution function. Given the cumulative distribution. function. Let us see one last problem on the continuous probability distributions. The time t years required to complete a software project has the PDF probability density function in the form f of t is equal to, instead of x they have given the function in terms of t, f of t is equal to k into t into 1 minus t. This is in the range 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 1, 0 otherwise. This is the given data. Find the value of k, and also the probability that the project will be completed in less than 4 months. Project will be completed in less than 4 months. Find the value of k. The question is given in terms of k. So first thing we have to find the value of k, and later we need to find out the probability that the project will be completed in less than 4 months. Time t is actually expressed in terms of the years. So later, while finding the probability that the project will be completed in less than 4 months, we have to convert it and we have to do. Okay. Now, very firstly, let us find the value of k. So clearly, f of t value will be a positive. The first of the PDF condition gets satisfied if k is greater than or equal to 0. So if we find the value of k to be positive, then obviously f of t will be a positive value. Then the second condition, in order to say it is a PDF, probability density function, we must have integral minus infinity to infinity f of t dt should be equal to 1. So whatever the expression we learned it in terms of function, in terms of the variable x, same thing is applicable with respect to the variable t now. So integral minus infinity to infinity f of x dx should have been 1. So same thing we are writing with respect to f of t dt, and this should be equal to 1. So now let us integrate. Integral limits is between only 0 to 1, because in all other range the value of f of t is 0. So directly we can write down integral 0 to 1 k into t into 1 minus t dt. This should be equal to 1. K is a constant. I can write outside integration, and this is t minus t square within the integral, and integration of t will be t square divided by 2 minus integration of t square will be t cube divided by 3. Both these expressions between the range 0 to 1 we have to integrate. So that gives us k into, observe only upper limit is applicable, lower limit is 0. When t is 0, both the terms lower limit goes to 0. So I have 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. T is 1 in both the cases. So this gives us 1 by 6 into k equal to 1, or k value is equal to 6, which was the first part of the problem for us. I took the range directly between 0 to 1. The reason behind it is, recall the function f of t is defined as k into t into 1 minus t between the range 0 to 1. In all other range, the value of f of x is, f of t is 0. So minus infinity to infinity is only between 0 to 1. The range is only between 0 to 1, because in all other range f of t anyway vanishes. So that is why we took directly 0 to 1. integrated t minus t square between the limits 0 to 1. Applying the limits, we obtain k value as 0. So with this value of k, we will rewrite f of t now. So therefore, f of t will be rewritten now as k6. So this becomes 6 into t into 1 minus t in the range 0 to 1, 0 otherwise. In the range 0 to 1, I just substituted k value into the given f of t, k is 6. So 6 into t into 1 minus t. In all other range, value of f of t is 0. Correct? Now, what is our aim to find out? Reading the question, we have to find the probability that the project will be completed in less than 4 months. To find the probability that the project will be completed. The project will be completed in less than 4 months. Will be completed in 4 months. No? In less than 4 months. Yeah. In less than 4 months is equivalent to finding probability of t lying between 0 to 1 by 3. So let me tell you how it is 1 by 3. Here we have t given in years. So that is the reason behind it. Since t is in years. So we have 12 months is equal to 1 year. So 4 months will be said as 4 by 12. 4 into 1 divided by 12. Just a cross multiplying concept. Correct, no? So I just write it down here. 12 months is equivalent to saying 1 year. So in terms of year, I want to know. So it is given in terms of months. So 4 months is equal to how much? Cross multiplication concept will give us 1/3. It is 1/3 of the year. So that is the reason we said t is less than 4 months is same as saying t should be less than 1 by 3. So our aim is to now find out probability of t lying between 0 to 1 by 3. The lower bound from the given data, the lower bound for t is 0. 0 to 1 was the overall range for t. In that range only, f of t is defined as k into t into 1 minus t. Now the overall range is between 0 to 1. Now it is 1/3 of the year. So between 0 to 1/3 we have to find out. So therefore, let us find this out now. This is just for your understanding. So therefore, probability of 0 less than t less than 1 by 3 is now equal to, let us substitute in the formula, that is integral 0 to 1 by 3, 1/3 f of t dt. Only in this range we are finding f of t. This is 0 to 1 by 3. F of t is nothing but 6 into t into 1 minus t dt. So this gives us integral 0 to 1 by 3, 6t minus 6t square dt. 6t minus 6t square dt. Let us integrate and obtain integration of t is t square by 2. Similarly, integration of t square is t cube divided by 3. Of course, you can write down 6 outside and do for convenient as well. Right? I'll be applying in that manner only. So 0 less than t less than 1 by 3 is 6 outside. Integration of t is t square divided by 2. Integration of t square is nothing but t cube divided by 3. Between the limits 0 to 1 by 3. Let me just show you the previous step. 6 I can write outside. T into 1 is T minus T into T is T square. T minus T square. T, integration of T is T square by 2. Integration of T square is T cube by 3. That's how I've got this. Again, observe both the terms. Lower limit is 0. Lower limit is 0. So application of only upper limit for us. So I have 1 by 2 T square. T square means 1 by 3 the whole square, which is 1 by 9 minus 1/3 of 1 by 27. 1 by 27. So this gives us 6 into 1 by 18 minus 1 by 81. Of course, we can use a calculator, simplify, and we'll get the answer here as 7 by 27. So that's the probability of T lying between 0 to 1/3, which is one and the same as saying the probability that the project will get completed in less than 4 months is 7 by 27. So these are some of the different varieties of problems that I took in making you understand continuous probability distributions. Hope these problems are helpful to you. Thank you for watching.